Coach's Corner segment brought to you this morning by Marble City Pharmacy and the B.B. Calmer Alumni Association. Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach and athletic director at B.B. Calmer. And Coach, good morning. It was a long trip to Beulah, 39-30 the final score there, but you get the opening kickoff and drive, put it in the end zone, looking things pretty good.
Yeah, we opened up the game first play, and Max connects with Tylen Buchanan, and we take that one to the end zone and score and complete the 2-point conversion. We're up 8-0 and feeling pretty good. Then the ensuing kickoff, we we give up a touchdown. You know, we get out of our lanes and give up a touchdown, and it's 8-7. And then we decide not to play for the rest of the first half. So just a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of effort mistakes, or a lack of effort. So, you know, we're at a point where, you know, if there's a lack of effort, man, I'll find somebody on the sideline that wants to give effort. So had some older guys that had some effort issues and didn't play them very much in the first half. Asked them at halftime if they were ready to show that they can play, and they said yes, and put them back in the second half and got a lot more effort out of them, and a lot of plays were made, and guys did what they were supposed to do, but it was just too little too late.
I mean, you're not expecting this over halfway through the season, effort issues. You would think that they'd have it down by now.
Yeah, it's, you know, there's got to be some internal motivation. There's got to be some internal grit from the guys, no matter what the situation is, that kind of keeps them going, you know. And nobody bounces around and says, "Oh man, this is fun," you know. We've won one ball game, but you know, the big picture is that, like, these guys have got to become, you know, football or just sport in general kind of helps you in life, and that's what we kind of talk about with our kids is, you know, this is supposed to help you with life, and there's going to be hard times in life. So you know, if losing a football game is the worst thing that ever happens to you, then you're okay. Yeah. But there's always got to be effort. There's got to be effort in everything that you do, and whether we want to admit it or not, a lot of life is a competition. So when you go out for your first job, there's going to be somebody else that wants that same job. So what makes you stand out over the other person? Or even before then, seniors, there's all these scholarships available that they can write essays for and stuff like that. Well, it's based off of competition. Mm-hmm. So you have to be competitive and compete. And I feel like a lot of younger kids, they're losing that competitive nature about themselves.
So, in practice this week, how do you deal with getting them back on track?
Yeah, you know, you've got to kind of stay the course and show on the front end, hey, this is our game plan, this is what we're trying to do, and help them to see it through film and through practice so that they can be better at what they do. You know, the hardest thing week in and week out is to simulate what the other team's offense does. Yeah. And Randolph County, they're going to line up foot to foot on their offensive line. They're going to be scrunched together. They're going to be in the wishbone or the eye or some version of that in the backfield, and they're going to run the ball. You know, Coach Pressures, he wants to chew up light bulbs and control time of possession. And they have a back that's averaging over 200 yards a game, and that's their cash cow. So that's you know, they're going to go to him, and every once in a while they'll give it to somebody else, but most of the time he's getting most of the carries, and you got to be able to stop him.
Well, sound like you got to have your chin strapped and snapped and ready to go, because if they're coming right at you, that defensive front linebacker is going to be key. Yeah,
it's going to be key that we've got to keep our linebackers clean just to get to him, so that he can be, so that we can wrap him up. The big thing is on the edge. We have a lot of young guys on the edge, and just having them set that edge and come up and make plays has been kind of an issue this year. And you look at what you've got out there, and we've got a ton of young guys, and they have improved, but man, they've got to come up and make it happen. So, and Randolph County's, they're in a situation we are as far as numbers. You know, they've got probably, they may dress 40 kids, but they play the same 15 kids like we do, and that's what I told our guys all week. Like all the guys on offense for them, we're going to turn around and play defense, except for maybe one or two. So it's just like you guys. It's not like some of these other teams we face that have 11 on offense and 11 on defense, and we're kind of struggling to stay up. You know, you go all the way back to Glenwood. That's what Glenwood did. You know, they've got 50-something kids. Well, offensively, Glenwood went hurry up because they knew that the same guys that were playing defense for us were playing offense. Right. So they just hurried it up and didn't let us catch a break or catch a breath, and wore us down real quick, and just couldn't recover from that.
Randolph County tonight, a Thursday night game at Legion Stadium, and you know, you're going to have the spotlight on you tonight, and Randolph County is going to come in here, and if they just run the ball against you, you know, at least they're not passing it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's hopefully we have a big crowd and have our fans out there to support us, and we had a good little group travel with us to Beulah, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, you talk about fans and kind of how fans are, and you look at the big, like the higher levels, you know. Fans are fans through the good and the bad, and I've seen our fans that are our true diehard fans, and they continue to come out and they continue to support, and they're the ones that still speak to me in Walmart and things like that. But you know, it's not something that you say, hey, we want to be excited about, but like it's not the end of the world either. You know, like a bad football season is not the worst thing that can happen. Yeah. We've seen things, and we need to do things, and I need to do things to differently moving forward, just to help better prepare us. And but you continue to learn. You know, I've done this for 20-something years now overall. I think 16 as a head coach, and you're always learning. There's always something that you can learn and see, and you know, finding that adaptability with these new age kids is one thing, and just trying to figure out the psyche of them and moving forward. So, but we're still, you know, after the game Friday, I was like, look, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna show up Monday, and I'm gonna be ready to go, and we're gonna continue to move forward. So. Everybody else showed up Monday, so when they showed up, that said to me that they're ready to keep going as well, and we're going to keep battling and fighting and doing whatever we can.
You know, we've had state championship contenders just a few years ago, and you know, you only have what, 2 or 3 seniors on this club this year, so it is a rebuilding year. You got a lot of younger kids that's going to make an impact a year or two down the road.
Yeah, we've got guys that are coming down the road that are going to make an impact, and you look at the Larry Gables of the world and the Kamari Harrises of the world. They're freshmen. You've got a big junior group, Taj Hughes and Josh Ruiz are lineman type in that junior group. They're going to kind of help you out and can lead. Dylan Davenport is a sophomore who is one of the best kids that we have. You know, Dylan from 7th grade to Dylan now is just a different person, and you know, he gives everything he's got, and he's off the field, he's doing everything he can, does everything the right way. So you know, it's just a lot of things that are leading up to that. I think, you know, going back to 2A, I think will help us out a lot, and you know, fingers crossed with that. I feel confident that that'll happen based on numbers, but you got to weather the storm that's here now. Yeah. And it's not lost on the seniors that we have. You know, Caden and Jakari Brown have been with us forever. Ronaldo Riggins. And
they're good kids, you know.
Yeah. They're good kids, and you want them to be successful, and you hate that they have to go through kind of the trials of this, but they were able to kind of live the other part of that too. So, you know, it just. Again, if they come back to me in 15 years and go, Coach, man, that senior season was the worst thing I've had to go through. I'm like, man, you've led a really, really good life.
Yeah.
So you just live and you learn and you move on. You know, I love football. I love the aspect of football. I love the competitiveness. But you know, the kids always got on to me, the older groups, because I say, you know, you're either the bug or the windshield. And past couple weeks we've been the bug. So it'd be good to be the windshield tonight.
Yeah. Kickoff 7 o'clock tonight at the stadium. B.B. Comer hosting Randolph County. Coach, thanks for coming this morning, and good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Adam Fossett, head football coach and athletic director at B.B. Comer, brought to you by Barber City Pharmacy and the B.B. Comer Alumni Association. Back with more after this.